America's top evangelical leaders. I have sinned against you, my Lord.
Look, see, there were no tears. I'm telling you, pink people do not have tears. Or are they all acting? It's just a way for the pink people to keep getting our attention. Dr. Vine said that they need to keep getting our attention. They need our attention. He said, and when we don't give them our attention, they do something else. Black Wall Street, we did not give them our attention, and what did they do? They bombed it. They traumatized us. They traumatized our children. And if we were pregnant, goodness gracious, they have really changed our DNA. When you are traumatized, your senses are changed. This is why they use sensitized and desensitized, because they need to change people's senses. Your senses of what? Your sense of direction, and make you crooked because they are crooked. CNN. Pastor versus prostitute, sex scandal. But who are they? Are all pink.
The church and assaults the truth.
Look at that.
As with Roman Catholicism, Protestant sex scandals all over the country often involve pedophile pastors and church leaders preying upon young children. While the hypocrisy involved is undeniable, can it be that this is
unholy? Let's look at that word, holy. I already know what it is, and it better remain that damn way. It better not have changed. A German word, holy, etymology. Holy, consecrated, sacred, godly. Holy. Christian meaning is not possible to determine, but possibly it was that must be preserved, whole or intact. They cannot be transgressed or violated and connected with Old English. See, what does holy mean? It means health. What did you think holy meant? And this is people who are fucking with our health. They even mentioned health organization, didn't they? They even mentioned the health organization. Of course, mental health has something to do with this. This is what the word holy means. It means, but probably it means health. Now here, this is where they're going to fuck with you here, and they are going to fuck with you here. These are their words. These are words that should not be used by anyone. You can find synonyms for these words and do not have to use this. Like I use joy, enjoy, glad, gladness. I do not use this word. But anyway, the word means health, gladness, or joy. And I would say blessings, but there are no more blessings. And it's funny, there would be 83 here. Because in 1983, 100 years later, I met Yahweh ben Yahweh. Well, he was brother Moses at the time. In 1983, I woke up. Such a holy smoke. So it's such a healthy smoke, such a glad smoke, and such a blessing smoke. And I smoke. See, so people are using words. We use words and we don't even know what it means. It means health. So they are looking for the Holy Grail, which my dumb ass thought the Holy Grail was in the Bible, since that's what people talk about. But they went to my Bible concordance to look up the word Grail, Holy Grail, and it is not there. Now these are people who, and they're all pink. All of them are pink people. Are you telling me that these people who can deal with neuro-linguistic programming can just program their own people? And sometimes I think, shit, these people are like that anyway. They're pink. They're Neanderthals. They don't give a fuck about you, not me. All they care about is money. They were money preachers. They were not telling people any truth. See that pink rose? That pink rose was sitting next to the girl who was telling on them. The 70-year-old woman, her name was Esther White. That pink rose was sitting there. It looked red here, but it was sitting there. I told you it meant something.
Society so overwhelmed with temptation that even the most would-be pious members find it all but impossible to resist.
Find it all but impossible to resist what? Instead of apple or a peach. They have those girls in a video holding peaches.
In America, there's a whole issue of denial.
Now I want to tell you something else. You see how they take these colors and they spread those colors in and out, in and out? That's another programming. This is why you can have so many people watch videos and people will not wake up. 909 views. That's fucked up. It was put up in 2011 and only 908 views. That is so fucked up, but oh well. 908 people saw it and I know I ain't seeing it now. They cannot put me back to sleep though. I will talk about their asses.
Significant, profound problem in the church, and I think that there needs to be.
And he's a priest too. Fuck you too, nigga, and you're a pink and you're not telling people the truth either.
Awareness and education, and I think that pastors need to address it from the pulpit. Jeff Reinke is the marriage and family pastor of North Coast Calvary Chapel in Carlsbad, California.
Calvary.
He believes that what we currently
In California.
know about
California has 5 Gwyn Towers. Then a nigga go praying. Who are you praying to?
men struggling with sexual addiction
This is all an enactment anyway. They love acting.
in American churches is far worse than many Christian leaders are willing to admit.
Yes.
I'm grieved at the lack of moral outrage.
Look at his name. I almost started to research his name, but then I said I would not because it looks like his name is Inky. See? E-N-K. And go back and you have that I. It's still Inky. Take that R out and the R is standing high. He is a ruler. I mean, these people put shit together and then they come on. They want to be the hero. Fuck him. He is a priest or a pastor of a church. There is no such thing as the God that they're telling people about. All this shit is fucking mind control to keep us under mind control so that we will fear saying, fuck your God. Pink people, fuck your God. That is not the God I had. And I probably never had a God. My ancestors say we never had a God. Why would we need a God when we are the gods? We are the creators. And one day I was talking to my Abba and my brothers, and I said, well, someone had to create me. And my Abba said, maybe you created yourself and you just forgot. It was just a joke. Or was it?
That there is lacking today in our culture, and particularly in the church.
Calls bad. Did you see it said calls bad? Car. That is dealing with them. That's why they have 2 quarters and they are both melanated and they need both of them to carry out what they need to carry out. Remember, without us, they will not have energy. They will puff puff out. Now they're just puff puff and passing, putting us down, and then they call us a token. That is so fucked up. A token is something you use to get on the bus, and the word bus is US. So you're using tokens to get on us, to get on our back, to stay your ass up high. A preacher is a preacher because a preacher does not have to fucking work. He is paid by his people. People, sheeple.
Whitney, I think addiction, particularly sexual addiction, is the Mount Whitney of sin in the church today. If I could use a more effective metaphor, I really think it's like an iceberg. We just barely see the tip of it.
Here we go again. The iceberg. You can barely see the tip of it. So it makes me think that Greenberg has something to do with this. And the girl comes in. Her name is Amy Berg. And Amy is the code word for Army military programs.
There is such deep denial, and that denial is led to personal destruction. I think particularly with men. This is nothing, right? This is nothing over here. This is nothing. I mean, I'm looking at you. goes by.
But see, this is not these people. These people thinking that these are their thoughts. Can't you see that your thoughts have confused you? And your thoughts is confusing your family. And the person you are is not the author of confusion. But these people are. To be Christian, you will be confused. To be a Christian, whoever is controlling you to be a Christian, there is so much things they will not allow your mind to open up to. Your mind would be hard of circumcision. And there's so many TIs who are Christians. I am going through so much that other TIs are going through, but I am not a Christian. I don't want to hear that God shit, because we need to do this shit together. Together we stand, divided we fall. God, Christianity, your religion, his God is better than his God. Your knowledge is better than his knowledge. All this fighting and confusion and chaos come from pink people. Yeah, they taught us all of this shit. But our melanated asses. Okay, so I don't want to go through all of that.
Sex crimes are diminishing in America, and that rape has supposedly declined by 85% since 1970. Law professor Anthony D'Amato published an essay in 2006 titled "Porn Up, Rape Down."
You see that? And his name is Anthony. Wow. Porn up and rape down. So that means have more porn in your life, because they need to keep you in the midst of the garden. They need to keep you there so that you cannot know what they are doing. It's kind of like a spell on you. Like, right before I got with my last husband, and I was with him for 11 years, right before I got with him, I would open up my history book, and there would be a scripture that would say, her sin is in her skirt. And then I close it and open it again, and it says something like, she liveth while she liveth. Something while she liveth, I don't remember that. But anyway, and I don't know why I don't remember it, because those two scriptures, they haunted me. Even throughout 11 years of being with my last husband. Her sin is in her skirt. Certain times I can just open it up and it was, her sin is in her skirt. And I would ponder on it. And I pondered on these two scriptures for a very long time. And then I found out that I would do better and I could learn more if I leave sex alone. And I did. How long ago was it? I really do not know. I think it happened, I think maybe a year before all of this happened. Maybe. I don't remember. But I know it's been a long time, and I've been celibate, and my mind soars, and now they're starting to put things in my face as far as how having sex can boost your brain cells or some shit. You know, but anyway, let's get back to him. And I really don't even know what the fuck I'm saying. I really don't. I'm going to put these up and then I'm going to listen to my dumb ass and see what the fuck I'll be saying. 14 minutes? Now you out.